The attorneys representing the man charged in the Delphi double murders are asking for him to be released from jail. Their request comes a day before a court hearing where a judge will decide whether or not to release the sealed probable cause document that could give us a lot more info about the case. Thanks so much for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Dan Spieler.
And I'm Birshel Edmay. Now, so far, the probable cause has been sealed to the public and the press, and that is at the request of the Carroll County prosecutor. 50-year-old Richard Allen is in custody of the Department of Correction. Now, his attorneys have filed a motion seeking a bail hearing. His lawyers say they have read the probable cause affidavit, and there's no proof of guilt evident or presumption of guilt against Allen evident either. They say he should be freed on a reasonable bail or released on his own recognizance, meaning he would not need to post bail as long as he appears in court when required to do so. Allen is charged in the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German, who were found dead near the Monon High Bridge in 2017. We don't know if the judge will consider Allen's attorney's motion tomorrow. That hearing is for a judge to decide whether to unseal the probable cause affidavit. Fox 59's Nick McGill joining us now with a preview of what might happen at that hearing and what it might mean for us in the public as well.
Yeah, that's right, Birshel. Detectives arrested Richard Allen on October 26th. 2 days later, he had his initial hearing and was officially charged in connection to the murders of Abby and Libby. Now, nearly a month later, we still don't know what led up to that arrest. Judge Benjamin Diner sealed the probable cause affidavit. This was at the request of the Carroll County prosecutor. Judge Diner later recused himself from the case, citing safety and a lack of resources at his office. Now, Allen County Superior Judge Fran Gull is overseeing this case. Now, she could agree to keep the documents sealed, release them in full, or tell the prosecutor to redact certain information and then publish the document. Legal experts tell us not releasing the documents at the time of the initial hearing was an unusual move. We spoke to a veteran attorney who's not connected to this case. He says in Indiana, the presumption is the prosecutor should release those documents.
The judge could say, well, I do understand that you're seeking to protect an identity of a person. Offer me a redacted version of the PC that might exclude all necessary information to protect that person's identity. What's in the best interest of the public, best interest of justice and individual, those are all things the court might consider.
Now, Judge Gull has requested Allen be at tomorrow's hearing in person. Last week, 2 attorneys were appointed by the court to defend Allen after he asked the court for a public defender. Today, they filed a motion asking for that bail hearing. This afternoon, an attorney representing Indiana broadcasters filed a motion seeking the release of a probable cause affidavit. The motion cites Indiana's Open Records Act and the public's right to know the details of this case. Now, we will be in court tomorrow and bring you updates both on air and online at fox59.com. Birshel.
2 more issues may also come up tomorrow. Either side could ask for a gag order to keep anyone connected with the criminal trial from talking to reporters. Allen's attorneys could also request their client receive a speedy trial within 2.5 months. So again, multiple moving pieces here in this case, but we also know the center of it focuses on these 2 girls. The Delphi murders investigation has gained a lot of national interest from the very beginning.
The arrest last month is the only arrest in this case in nearly 6 years. Abby and Libby were found dead in 2017, a day after going for a hike on the Delphi historic trails. Over the years, investigators released several clues, including video and audio from Libby's phone and these 2 sketches. And they also released information about a social media account they believe was tied to the case.
Investigators have not said how or if any of those clues are connected to the arrest of Allen. Meanwhile, tip lines set up in this case still remain open. So if you have any information to share, contact the number or the email address you see on your screen. We also have that, plus a timeline of this case up right now at fox59.com.